Alright, so we've just had a bit of a... What was that face again? Where are we off to now, Jay?
We're going back to a supplier that makes props and armour for big films like Gladiator, etc.
We're going Dark Ages shopping, that's what's happening right now. Jason's basically found a shop not far from him at all, and it happens to potentially have loads of the shit we want, loads of the cool shit, so we're going to go in there like a couple of fucking kids on Christmas Eve in Toys R Us.
Try and hide our Dark Ages bonus.
Exactly, pretend that we haven't got wood over the equipment, haggle him down, because it's just been in a warehouse for years, so fingers crossed we can get it cheap like the budgie.
And then when we get it all, we'll show you what we managed to swindle, so have a look at the next video.
Hopefully we'll get some footage of us playing with our toys! We ended up going to this sort of random storehouse with this really old guy that was eccentric and interesting to say the least. You know, he was basically a dealer for TV and film, movie things. So he had loads of stuff from all kinds of different periods, but it was all quite used, quite worn, but fairly authentic, some of it. But he'd only got down certain things, so he had a load of old Viking type shields, which was cool, and a few tunics and things that he thought were that kind of era. So we bought a couple of shields, one of which needs a handle put on, and we're going to be using those to spar soon, so we'll get some footage up of that. So make sure you subscribe, then you can catch some videos of us going at it, sparring, bit of choreograph stuff with the shields. We might even do the old Viking test of manhood and try and cleave a shield in half with using Jason's two-handed axe. The guy also had a collection of tunics, as I mentioned. So we tried on the clothes, and it's making me itch a little bit just remembering it. They were that itchy. They were that coarse and horrible, and well, I suppose not many Vikings or people from the Dark Ages could afford the luxury of having sensitive skin issues. We'll be using them in the videos, and when we try and get a choreographed sort of short movie up, we'll probably try and dress as authentically as possible. So we'll be using the shields to spar with our synthetic swords, going pretty full on with those, and trying to learn about using the shield as a kind of an extra weapon, and trying to figure out the different styles and techniques for fighting over and around a shield and against someone with a shield. And then we'll be using them for some cool choreography scenes as well. Right, so we've just hit a gun session. Quite literally, no people have asked, Dark Ages Warrior, why do you train guns? Surely that's not a functional movement. Surely that's not a functional muscle group for Dark Age Warrior badassery. And to those people, I say, whoa, hold the fuck up a minute.
Come on.
What, Dark Ages Warriors didn't have massive guns? If you think that, you're spoiling it for you and everyone else. Thing is, you're handling a weapon every day. It's heavy, axes, swords, shields, holding shit. Holding shit in one position. Have a little talk to one of them as well. That's it. You're in charge. Position, moving it powerfully, fast, over and over again. Your guns are gonna grow. Not to mention the intimidation factor. So that's why we at Dark Age Warrior feel it's very important to spend an awful lot of time polishing and honing gunnage. Because we want to look authentic. It's not just about the beach. It's not just about pointing directions to places. It's to be factually and historically on point.
Keep going, mate.
lots of gun kissing. Jace, do you know why we kiss our guns?
Because it makes them do everything better.
Yeah.
Here comes the sciencey bit. Concentrate.
It releases endorphins in
To
your
make them more awesome than they already are.
in your gunoid belly.
The gunoid.
The gunoid.
Love that.
And
love
it intensifies
their awesomeness.
It intensifies the capacity for amino-ness. So kissing your guns. It's like anything. If you want your relationship to grow, people, you kiss your girlfriend, partner, boyfriend. Yeah. If you want your career to grow, you kiss some ass in the workplace. You know, if you want your criminal record to grow, you kiss.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't
Okay.
do that.
Yeah.
Kiss the guns. They're there. Give them a kiss.
If you kiss it, it grows. You remember that, ladies. So after sparring a couple of times with the synthetics and getting a bit confident with those, we thought we'd take our sharpened blades out. So, prognosis for the day?
Steels are very sharp and should be used even in choreographed fights with extreme caution.
Having learned the choreography, which you can see on one of our YouTube videos, if you subscribe to the channel or have a look through the channel, and got all the equipment, and we tried to go through the choreography with our sharpened weapons, really slowly, just to try and get the movement, see if it would work with steel on steel.
All the checking of blades, you just wouldn't want to do it with a big axe. It would just savage your blade and you'd still probably get hit with it.
Standing opposite someone, even choreographed, even really slowly and controlled, it was horrible. Checking an axe with a sword is a fucking scary business. Having someone, anyone, waving something that is very sharp or very heavy or both, in case of an axe, around in your face. Pointy, thrusty type danger from the sword. And even when you're moving really slowly and you know someone's going to be doing a certain movement, it's really hard not to react and pull away. There were a couple of disengagements where, he's pushing the axe towards my face. I can't help but pull the sword away from the blade engagement, and it's sliding near his fingers. So first of all, we need to get some gauntlet hand protection if we're going to do sharp swords choreography.
The necessity for hand protection. You gotta protect your hands. You're going to lose your fucking fingers or your hand if you don't.
I can imagine there's a few people watching this going, yeah, we nearly lost a few fingers today. That one's fucked.
Yeah,
It's
or
touch
my
and go.
fucking face.
Maybe we need to invest in some reenactment type weapons. But we are going to try and get some footage up soon. We're just going to try and explore the art of editing and using the shot sequence of a fight scene to try and paint a story that's still pretty cool.
Viking Dark Ages the shit.
And still looks as realistic as possible.
So what we're going to have to do is respect the fucking steel.
Click here. Respect the steel. I don't know exactly where the annotation is going to be, but click here. Respect the steel. Or around here to subscribe.
Testing the effectiveness of our
Axe on a tree.
broad axe.
Which worked against a Zimmer frame.
And it's a willow tree as well, it's quite fucking tough. Oh, it's broken, I don't feel bad about fucking it up.
It's half bent already.
Ready?
Come on, finish it off. I'm under fire from bits of wood. Don't chop down trees, bad.
Yeah, chopping trees are bad.
Chopping trees bad.